Okay, this is going to be a level 1 SOL review questions. These are all questions that you should be able to do without picking up a pencil, Desmos only. Okay, so if they ask for solution, okay, what you do, all right, is you put the whole thing in with the equal sign into Desmos and look where it crosses the x-axis. Okay, so solution where it crosses the x-axis. Okay, so all I did is put that dot there, that's 1. Okay, and we're going to do a bunch of questions like that now. What's the solution of this? Okay, so I just go into Desmos, 3x minus 20 equals negative 2x. Okay, all right, and then touch that there, it's 4, it's my answer. Okay. All right, what are the solutions? Okay, all right, once again, 3x squared plus 11x equals 20. Okay, all right, I got 1.3 and negative 5. Okay, so if you're being a good test taker, it's got to be this one, and you can always check, do 4 divided by 3 and see if it's the same number as that one, and it is. Okay. All right, now, there are other words that mean solution. 0, root, x-intercept, solution. They all mean the same thing, okay, when you have one equation. Okay, so we have one equation. Now, I don't need to type in that. I can just type in x squared plus 3x minus 18 and see where it crosses. Crosses at negative 6, crosses at 3. So that's going to be my best answer there. All right. Once again, I don't need to put in the equals 0. Okay. So I can do x squared minus 7x plus 10. Crosses at 2 and crosses at 5. 2 and 5. Okay. None of these I'm picking up a pencil for. What are the solutions to x squared minus 2x minus 8? Once again, I don't need to type in that. All right, x squared minus 2x minus 8. Okay, where it crosses the x-axis, negative 2 and 4. Negative 2 and 4, C. You could also look at it, and it's right here, here, here. Okay, so if they give you a graph, you don't have to do anything. Okay, solutions. Okay, 2x squared, once again, I don't need to type in this equals 0. 2x squared plus 5x plus 3. Okay, I may have to zoom in a little bit. Move that around. That's negative 1.5, and that's negative 1. Okay, all right, being a good test taker, all right, can't be this, could be this, can't be that. Negative 1.5 with negative 3 over 2. If you ever have any questions about the decimals, always type those in. Okay, all right, even stuff like this. Now, if they ever give you P or some other letter like A, just convert that to X. It makes it easier. Okay, so what I would type, when you got something like that, I would go 6x plus 4 divided by 6, then click over, then put your equal sign, parentheses 4x minus 8, close them, divided by 3. You may have to play around with the zoom out feature to find out where it crosses at. In that case, it's 10. Okay, once again, all this is in the calculator. X-intercepts, same thing. Nothing's different. Don't need to type the y equals. If you do, I think you'll be okay. X squared plus 6x minus 7. Okay, crosses there at negative 7 and crosses there at 1. So negative 7 and 1. Okay. All right, now, the inequalities, okay, very similar, okay? We're looking for where it crosses the x-axis. Now, a couple things you have to understand. If x is greater than or x is greater than or equal to, it's going to be shaded on the right. If it's x is less than or equal to, it's going to be shaded on the left. Okay? Also have in mind that these two will create a dashed line. These two create a solid line. but it's the same concept. I want to type these in just like I see it. One line, type one line. Okay, at 4 parentheses, 6x plus 9. Okay, all right, now, it's at 9, okay, it's shaded left, and it's got a dashed line in it. Okay, so that's how I do those. Okay, same thing here. All right, that's negative 2x, no, that's sort of hazy, plus 6, less than x minus 6. Now, if I press that dot, it's at 4. Now, since it's shaded to the right, this is what I would type into that. X is greater than 4. Okay, same deal here. All right, one line, type it in. 6x minus 11 minus 13x less than 7 minus 5x. All right, once again, my dot's there. I'm going to the right, so that's going to be x is greater than negative 3. Okay, now also if you put that into that next line, if you ever want to check it, it should change color. If for some reason you put the wrong one, watch what happens. It's like you have two different ones. So if you put the right one, it should just light itself back up again. Okay? All right? Same deal here. All right? I got 7x minus 5, inequality, x plus 12. Okay? Solid line greater than or equal to 1. That'd be that one. Okay, you shouldn't have to write it down. You should just pick the question. All right, now, when you have two equations, okay, what you're doing is you're looking for where they intersect. Okay, so you type two equations. Okay, all right, so what I do is I type 2x plus 4y equals 22. 7x plus y equals 12. You may have to zoom in, zoom out, but click where that is. That's 1, 5. That's your answer. Remember, this is your x, this is your y, so 1, 5. Okay? All right, what's the solution? Now, you can do this two ways. You put this equation in. You almost don't even need to really think about it. Okay, all right, that's 3, negative 7. All right, also, if you ever want to see the point, okay, you just do 3, negative 7, and it should light up, okay? Like even if I didn't have those there, that's where that is, okay? All right, so remember when you're this x one, right, positive, left, negative, y, down, negative, up, positive. Okay, I have to know how to plot points. Vital. Okay, two equations. Now you got to read for comprehension. It says, what's the x value? All right, but same deal. Y equals negative x plus 2. 7x plus 4y equals negative 1. Okay, I look at where that crosses. That's at negative 3, 5. Now, since it only wants the x, it's the only one I pick. All right. What's the solution for that? That would be there. How would I get, so I start in the center, that's 2 left, and then 3 up. So what would that look like? Negative 2, 3. What's that one? Okay, same deal here. All right, that's right there. How do I get there from the center? 4 right, 3 up. So 4, 3. Okay. 19. What's the ordered pair of that solution? Same concept. Two equations in. And where it crosses at 7, 2. Okay. All right, now, with the inequalities, 2 lines and inequalities. What I'm looking for is the darkest region. So once again, I'm going to put this into Desmos. Okay, I know it's pretty hazy. It's hard to see. You can probably see it on your Go formative. So y greater than or equal to 2 divided by 3. Click over x plus 1. Next line is 5x plus 6y less than or equal to negative 30. Okay, so the darkest area is area 2. So what you should have selected is area 2. Okay? All right, now it says for these points, what's the solution? All right, now this is a level 1 question because watch. I can type this in. I got that one. I got this one. Okay, and now I can start, as you can see, this is the darkest area here. Okay, all right, that's the darkest area. All right, if you want to change these so it's like one of those is like black, sometimes if you hold it down, it will allow you to do that. Okay, or something of that nature. Let me retype this in. So sometimes if you hold down, you can actually change the color. If you prefer to do it that way. Okay, darkest area is in here. So what I can do is I can put these points in here. And did the point end up in the darkest area? No. Now this one it did. Okay. And then I do 2, 0. Okay, that one it did not. Then 4, 6. Okay, it also did not. So the only one there was 1, 2. Okay. All right, next one, graph match. Okay, when it says match the graph, you have to understand. Okay, on your graph, when it crosses there, that is the y-intercept. These are x-intercepts. X-intercept, y-intercept. So sometimes what you want to do is just graph these things, okay, and then match up the graphs. Hit home sometimes if you're too far zoomed out. So if you're looking at the graph match, this is at -5, that's at -4. Well, which one is that? It's A. Okay, don't overthink those. Okay, all right, which line best represents this? Okay, once again, we got to match a graph. We'll type these in. Okay, does that look like yours? No. Then type in the next one. -1 divided by 3, click over, x. -4. Does that look like yours? No. Okay. Then it's y equals 1 divided by 3. Click over x. -4. Now that sort of looks similar. Let's see. Okay. It's crossing at -4. Where's it crossing on mine? Crossing at -4. That's a possibility. Okay. And clearly it's not crossing the x-axis to way down here. Now look at the next one. Okay, that crosses at -4, but that also crosses at 1.3. Now that's not it. This has to be the answer. So graph match. Use your graphing. Okay, one x-intercept, one y-intercept. Okay, this just has an x, x, y, x and y. It would be that one. 25. What's the line that best describes this? Once again, this is a graph match question. Can't be that one. Okay, let's try this next one. Y equals 2x plus 2. Okay, -1 and 2. That's not right. Okay, all right. Next one. Y equals x minus 2. That's not right either. Y equals x plus 2. Negative 2 and 2. Negative 2, 2. Good, done. Match your graphs. 26. Which one is matched here? It's the same deal. I want to type these in, and I want to see where it matches. Y equals x minus 3, 2x plus 2. Okay, as I can see, that's at negative 1 and that's at 3. That's not going to be my answer. All right, let's do this one. Let's just delete y equals 2x plus 6, x plus 1. All right, obviously that one's not my answer. Then I'm going to put 2. Oh, whoops, let's do it this way. Y equals 2, x plus 3, x minus 1. That is not my answer. It's not, my graph's not even on that side. And then this one. Y equals 2, x minus 3, x minus 1. And that crosses at 1 and 3. And that's going to be my answer because that's where it crosses here, 1 and 3. Okay, graph match. All right, which equations best represent this? Okay, have x-intercepts of 4, 0 and negative 7, 0. This could have easily been a solution one. X squared plus 3x minus 28. That's at negative 7 and 4. And that's what I want there. Okay, all right, negative 7 and 4. Negative 7, 0, 4, 0. Okay, this is another graph match question. Okay, all right, type it in. 2 divided by 7, click over, x minus 2. Okay, well, which one has the shading below and crosses at negative 2 and 7? Okay, all right, well, the only one the only one's below or that one's got to be your best answer. Once again, all these are done without using a pencil. All right, so I got y less than or equal to negative 1 divided by 3. Click over x plus 2. Okay, it's shaded below at 2 and 6. Okay, the best one that represents that is that. Okay, now, these are the evaluating questions. Whether it's f of some number, or they tell you x equals some number, what you want to do is in that spot where that thing is, I put a parenthesis with that number. So then all I have to do is I calculate it, parenthesis 6 minus 3, parenthesis squared plus 1 tells me 10. Okay? All right? We'll go through some of those examples. So this one, I would do negative 2, absolute value. I put negative 15 in parentheses, plus 6, close the absolute value. Now, where is absolute value located? So I type negative 2, absolute value is here. Absolute value, parentheses, negative 15, close it, plus 6, close my absolute value. Okay, whoops, I forgot the plus 6. Thought I hit that plus 6. It gives me negative 18, that's my answer. Trust what the thing tells you. Okay, all right, negative 2 cube root. Okay, now I want to talk about a couple things here. What I would do is I'd put 64 here. Now, when you put this negative 5 squared, this is probably the thing most people make mistakes. The squared goes outside of the parentheses. Okay, so don't mess that up. Okay, so I got negative 2. I go to functions. I scroll all the way down, and then I can type 3 for cube root. Inside, I type 64. All right, I click outside, plus parentheses negative 5 squared. Okay, so you gotta make sure you type all that, and then you would put 17 there. Okay, same thing here. This is 11, parenthesis again, negative 8 minus 24 divided by 2. Okay, so I would go 11, parenthesis, parenthesis again, -8. Close my parenthesis, minus 24, close it again, divided by 2. That gives me -176. Okay? All right, same deal. I want to put 5, parentheses 8, minus parentheses -4, square root, parentheses 16, plus 9. Okay? All right, so 5, functions, scroll all the way down. Okay, I got this. I can type 3. Inside, I click inside, I type 8, close the parentheses, and just click over here, or you can hit the over button. Minus, parentheses around -4. Now I got the square root, parentheses, 16, close it, click, I should just probably use that, sorry. 5, whoops, functions, here, 3, hit inside, parentheses, 8, click over here, minus, parentheses, -4, okay, square root, parentheses, 16, close it, click out there, and then it's plus 9, I believe. Tells me 35. Okay? 2/3. So what I want to do is I want to put 2/3, and then I want the squared plus 2/3 minus 2. So every spot where there's an x. Okay, so I got parentheses, 2 divided by 3. Click over, close it, squared, plus 3, parentheses, 2 divided by 3. Click over, close my parentheses, minus 2. All right, now if you hit the fraction and decimal button, it would tell me 4/9. Okay, 36, I got 3, I got parentheses -1 squared for x, minus parentheses 3 for y. Make sure the squared goes outside the parentheses. So I got 3, parentheses -1 squared, minus parentheses 3 squared. That's going to be -6. And then the last question, f of -4. So I'm just going to put that in there. This f of x doesn't matter. So I got to put that in there with parentheses. So make sure you use your parentheses. The big thing is if you have a squared, that goes outside the parentheses. That's 11. Okay? All right? So what did we go over? We went over solving equations. Okay? All right? Solving equations. One line, where does it cross the x-axis? Inequalities. Where is it shaded? Same thing. Type one line. Where does it cross the x-axis? You got to look which way is it shaded. We went over how to match graphs. We went over if you have two equations to find where it crosses. All right, we went through evaluating. Make sure you use the parentheses. All these questions, these are the first set of questions you should try to find on the SOL because they don't involve using a pencil.